wrap it up, but what does it say about society where a bright young woman like you, right?
It says money is important in our society, and we live in a society that capitalism is more important than anything. That's what it says. And it says men support pornography. That's why it's where it's at. And for some women in this unfair society, that's an easy way out, and we should not be shaming them. That's what it says. Finish. That's it.
OnlyFans has become a digital phenomenon. There's 190 million users and 3 million so-called creators who mostly use the space to upload X-rated photographs and videos
5 billion
for their subscribers. And it's big business, very big business. Well, Elle Brooke, who makes 6 to 7 figures per month on the site, describes it as empowering. Isn't it just, well, a bit of a backward step? Well, joining me now is OnlyFans creator Elle Brooke and the host of the Blair White Project, Blair White, over in the States. So what were you before you did this?
I was a law student, and now I'm a TikToker.
At university?
Yeah, university in Southampton, so...
What the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, university.
What else?
So condescending. He's so fucking condescending.
At the club.
Bro.
Did you graduate or?
No, I dropped out to do OnlyFans because I was making a lot of money. So I was like, why am I doing reading?
Studying to be a lawyer?
Yes.
And then you start doing OnlyFans while you're at university?
Yes.
What made you get into it?
Because I saw how much money other people were earning, and I was thinking, hey, I can do this too. And then it turns out I'm pretty good at getting my clothes off, and I was like, this is a career for me.
No, see, okay, look, I've nothing against you. I'm not taking a moral view here, right? You can do what the hell you like, it's legal. I'm just disappointed that someone like you's obviously got a great...
Don't say that.
A moral view, that's what, like, you can say I have nothing against you. I'm cool with that, sure. But, like, if you say you're not taking a moral view, no. This debate is all about morals.
Yeah, because even
It's
the
just all about
statement he
morals.
said in the beginning is like, it's kind of a setback. You
That's
know
what I'm
what I
saying.
mean? Like,
Very
you
condescending.
always talking about objectification of women, but then you're OnlyFans, so it's kind of a setback. It's like...
Brain, training to be a law student at university, decides to pack it all in to just take your clothes off for perfect strangers on OnlyFans. Why?
Because I wouldn't have made loads of money as a solicitor anyway. Like, I would have earned money, yes, but I earned that in 2 weeks now. I'm 0.01 on OnlyFans, so I'm as top as it gets.
What does that mean?
It means you are the best of the best. 0.01%.
Best of the best of what?
OnlyFans creators in monetary terms.
Why are you so good?
Because I'm really good looking.
No, because you're white and you're beautiful. Whiteness and then beautiful and then nakedness. That's how this goes. White, nakedness, beauty. Also, which is crazy with OnlyFans, because that one person she's talking about are the only people who are like making like real money, and then everyone below that, they're just working a regular job basically.
Yeah.
Maybe better than minimum wage, maybe above minimum wage, and also because you work with whatever you want to work, or at whatever time jolly you want to work. Those are the rules, and you work how many hours you wanna. You know what I mean? It's more free, but it's the money. It's kind of almost the fucking same.
Yeah.
But the labor is different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And original.
We're certainly not shy, are you?
No, I know.
Original.
Is it possible to be original with porn? No, nigga, it's just not.
I mean, I guess we'd have to see her against other creators to kind of gauge what does she mean by original.
No.
You know what I mean? We'd have to see.
No, it's like rappers when rappers are saying it's my sound, it's like, no, shut the fuck up. It's just not how. Have you seen the fucking industry? You're not original. When everyone just gets naked and then they play with their beans. How are you original?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to see them against other creators. I don't know. Maybe she freaking freaking hangs from the ceiling.
Even that is not original.
And it's original to her. Right. But it's original to her.
Originality doesn't work like that. Originality doesn't work like that.
Not all creators on that sphere are doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Not
it's original.
All, but there's a percentage that
Maybe
is
there's
doing
a
that.
0%. What if she's the only one? She freaking stands on the fridge.
No.
She does handstands on the freaking ceiling. I don't know what she does. But I'm just saying, maybe there is a sense of...
She wouldn't be that famous if she was doing something that niche-wise. Like, no. She wouldn't be that famous. She's not original, bro. She's not original.
I was just trying to see where she was
with porn, you can't be original. It's just You can be a breath of fresh air, not original though. There's nothing original about porn.
I hear you, but I'm just saying we'd have to see what she's doing that she makes a statement like that.
It absolutely is up to Elle to do whatever she wants to do in her professional career. And I don't have any issue with adults doing what they want, entering sex work. However, unfortunately, I think the way in which OnlyFans is often discussed in public makes it out to be this quick get-rich scheme.
It is.
Of a pyramid scheme. And oftentimes young girls find themselves following this fool's gold rush and not really understanding the consequences of it. So here's some information that I feel like young girls should arm themselves with. The average registered OnlyFans creator makes only $180 a month. That's the average. So we're not discussing Elle in that, obviously.
Thank you. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that when she started, she just made that amount of money. I think if she wasn't making that amount of money, she probably wouldn't have continued with it.
Hell no.
Should have done it maybe as a side job and another side job.
You can't.
Yeah,
As a lawyer, no. And
You
go
know
take
what I
a bar test. What?
But
No.
maybe she would have still not done the law thing, but maybe she would have still had it as kind of a side job and maybe have another side job.
If she can keep it as
You
a
know,
secret.
if she
separate.
can, yeah. Because I feel like
Fine.
she just hit the jackpot and she was like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and that's one thing I love about her. She's not coming with the bullshit of like, I'm trying to do this as a woman. It's like, no, nigga, I made money.
And I was like,
This
why-
is
why-
all about
why
money.
waste my time?
Yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love when people are just honest like that. I'm cool with you. Just money. Okay? Like, the millions I'm making right now per year, nigga.
Per
Fuck are
month,
you talking
for
about?
sure.
You know what I mean? Fuck you talk about. I don't give a shit about being a lawyer, nigga. Like,
Obviously, but that is the average. Making about $2,500 a month puts you in the top 1%, which adds up to $15 an hour, which is the same or less than McDonald's pays. So oftentimes,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're basically making minimum wage, but the perception and also understand the labor is very, it's very enticing. People have made it sound like it's very different. It's like, no, bro, like, you're like, with OnlyFans, there are disadvantages too. Like, you're blocking some jobs.
Yeah.
Your future is going to be very limited. The things you're going to be able to do, they're going to be very limited in the future. If people find out that you're doing the shit, you know what I mean? But if you go all in and you end up making big bucks, sure.
Yeah.
Do your fucking thing, bro. You can create
Because
your own
it just
business.
eliminates the same amount of pay with less amount of hours.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
And freedom.
Exactly. Because you're like, I'm not going to work a 9 to 5 for the same amount of pay. I could just, you know.
And deal with human beings.
You know?
these young girls find themselves, entering sex work thinking that it's going to be financially, beneficial for them. And they end up making less than a fast food worker, but they still take on the entire stigma of being involved in sex work and oftentimes can't find employment afterwards. So
Yeah, I mean, look, you make some good points. I mean, what do your family think of this? I mean, they must be incredibly disappointed, surely, that you backed in.
No, don't impose that on people. Ask the question, what does your family think about this? Full stop. Don't now impose your own thought. Oh, no, they surely must be disappointed. No, they're not. Then what?
Especially because you are asking and telling me.
Exactly.
He can be such a loser.
It's like,
bro. Oh my
why
God,
do you have
man.
to add that statement?
Why are you asking if you know?
Potentially really successful career as a lawyer to
Yeah.
do this.
Pierce, my dad is dead and my mum is on my payroll. My family is
Your mum's on your payroll?
My mum is on my payroll.
Jesus Christ.
Girl.
That's crazy.
Shots.
So in summary, your mom doesn't like this, but she likes the money. So one thing I've seen with this,
Yeah, ultimately. That's what
ultimately,
she's saying.
yeah, you know what I mean?
But she
once-
might spin it around and be like, oh, no, she supports me. But starting with that statement versus just saying that.
Because you remember
sounds like that.
the porn star that we saw on TikTok when she was explaining that my relationships are fractured because if I don't give them money, we don't get along. But if
Yeah.
I give them money, we are best friends with my mom and my siblings. They support me and they love me. But if I
Yeah.
don't give them money, it's I'm this and I'm that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it sounds like that. Well, I can't speak on the dad. R.I.P.
RIP. The way she just landed
Bro.
that.
In what, doing what?
Admin.
What does that mean?
It's just behind the scenes work. She doesn't do anything rude or anything.
So she loves you doing this?
Well, she doesn't.
For you.
Oh shit.
Okay, that's an even more interesting dynamic than just giving her an allowance
I wonder what she does. Like, I know
What's
she's
the
about
admin?
to. Yeah, but then she has to explain what the fuck.
She's
is
not
admin.
gonna explain. Has this woman explained?
She has
anything?
to. She has to explain.
She's been
because I'm trying to
like-
figure out what is admin in this instance. What?
I don't know. Actually, I don't.
Oh,
know.
that's fire, man. You are there to protect your daughter. That's fire to me.
How though?
It's like, who's gonna rob her? You know, who's gonna take advantage of her if you're there? I mean, if you're cool with this, if you're cool with your daughter or your son doing OnlyFans, you're supporting them to an extent that, just like how child actors have their parents protecting them.
Yeah.
Look at Zendaya. I mean, she's a grown-ass woman. She doesn't need that, but also that's supporting, I think, emotionally. Yeah, that's fine.
Woohoo! My daughter does OnlyFans, but she's supportive. She knows that I'm over 18. I can do what the hell I want. And she knows that, you know, her views can't, like, impact my life. What is she going to do? You're grounded because you do OnlyFans. Like, what the hell? It's 2023. People can do what the hell they want.
I'm just curious about you being someone who embarked on a law career, was obviously very bright, went to university, packed it in just for money to be effectively an online stripper. I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, way worse than an online stripper. But,
What do you mean
way worse. Online strippers just, you know, naked. I do things that are way more grotesque
Well,
than
just
that.
pornography.
Pornography, anything, but it's all within what I want to do, and I absolutely love it, and I'm really good at it. You know, I could be a good lawyer, yes, but also, am I good at doing other things on video and camera?
How would you feel when you...
I'm not gonna lie. Talk your shit. This energy is what everyone should have. You know, whatever job you love doing, do that shit. Just anything that people will like look down on. If you're doing it, talk your shit. You're doing muscat, talk your shit. You work at the bakery, talk your shit. You are a plumber, nigga. I fixed these fucking pipes. She talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Talk your
You want to have kids yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't really want kids right now, but at
But you
least
will do. How old are you?
25.
Right, so you will do at some stage, probably, right?
Maybe.
When you do, you're going to be proud that you have your little ones and they look at you and go, didn't you want to be a lawyer, mummy? What happened?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, but look at all my stuff.
They can cry in a Ferrari.
That's the thing and people were like about on freaking on Twitter and they were like, yes, girl.
I feel like with this type of thing, it's okay if you don't want to have kids. If you don't want to have kids, for real, it's amazing. It's beautiful. But the moment you feel like you want to have kids, just know it's no longer about you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do to protect your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids, friends and classmates and colleagues, even if when they're old, they're always going to say your mom was doing 1, 2, 3, was gobbling 4 dicks, was getting fucked left, right, and center for money. Your mom is a prostitute. Your mom is not that smart. Your mom is stupid. Your dad was fucking old women for money. Your dad is like this. Your dad is garbage. Your dad forever.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be traumatizing forever. You can say they're gonna cry in a Ferrari because that sounds like a dope rap line, and that shit is cold.
Unless you're gonna homeschool your kids.
Even if you do homeschool
'cause
them,
there's
they're gonna have friends.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Because I wanted
It
to
doesn't
go back
really matter.
to your point because of like the whole thing. You know how they have things at school where they like come dressed as your parents' occupation or something. And I'm like, if I'm your kid, what do I come if you're just an OnlyFans, like you're not a businesswoman of some sort, you don't own a business. Because if you are just an OnlyFans person, I'd be like, I don't know what I'll come dressed as.
You're gonna come dressed as your uncle.
You know what I mean? But if you're a businesswoman, I can be like, okay, my mom's a businesswoman. I can maybe. But if you're just an OnlyFans and I'm crying in a Ferrari, but when it comes to those things in school, I have to participate and I have to come dressed as that occupation of my parents, I'm like...
Some of them, they do end up, just like you're saying, just being an OnlyFans person forever or with porn. Because we haven't seen OnlyFans for that long. It's just like maybe the last 10 years. No, not 10. Maybe 5. Like, that's when it peaked, or 6. That's when it's like, oh shit, this is a real thing, right? So now it's like, we don't know how that's gonna look in 20 years. Are people gonna, the people who are not in the 1%, are they gonna then improve and go there? Maybe it's gonna be like 2%. And it's gonna, we don't know. But you can actually be an OnlyFans model forever and just do porn and just be like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You know, life is just kicking you the fuck You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it would definitely affect your kids negatively at some point.
Yeah.
At
Positively,
some-
it's
at
the
some
money
point.
pair.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Nakona, it's because of your own selfishness towards the whole idea.
Yeah, of having
that's
kids
what
and
makes,
doing this.
making you feel like you can say that, and other people can applaud it for this situation, and necessarily because of
Yeah.
basically, like you
Cold.
gave him the answer that he deserved for this current situation. But in hindsight, when you now think if kids can be affected negatively by your behaviors of just in the household, you know what I mean? Imagine now when there's something worldwide where everyone knows.
That's there forever.
That's there forever. You know what I mean? And they can't defend you all the time. You know what I mean?
It's tiring. Your whole life becomes
can't
about your
defend you.
mom.
They can't defend you all the time. Every time they're associated with you, it's like, okay, cool. What am I? And people are horrible out there.
Yeah, this is the boring answer to this
Yeah.
because it's reality. It's just what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It doesn't matter how evolved we become in the next 20 years. This is gonna be a thing.
You see, I know there will be people watching this, younger people, cheering you on. Go, yeah, girl, you go, Elle. All right.
Become a millionaire.
Blair, look, play
Particularly
devil's
not
advocate. Blair, I mean, look,
There's-
I saw you rolling your eyes, but the bottom line
Well,
is
it's-
she's making millions doing what she enjoys doing.
Don't we all wish we could? Don't we all wish we could?
But also, there's one thing I want to talk
That's
about.
just- yes.
It's like sometimes I feel like where we at as society, men especially are the people who make this business a thing.
Yeah.
This business is alive and working because of men most of the times, right? Like we can't even argue about this. Just go read an article about this. But my thing is like, how can you guys be obsessed with this and be the
Most
the
judgmental.
the same people who are overcritical of
Yeah,
these people.
yeah.
It's like, yo, so you guys do benefit from this. Like, someone made an example about Mia Khalifa, and someone was like, why is this bitch so famous? Because even her porn is so boring and blah 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 blah. And it was the Indian community niggas who were agreeing with the guy, but also the
They are
people
the ones.
who made her famous is the Indian niggas. I'm like, bro, you guys are responsible for this. And now you guys, whenever you are no longer high,
Trust me, yes,
now
they
it's
are
like,
definitely still high.
but at the same time, it's like you guys, you hate her. You're saying mean things, but when you're horny and you want to bust nuts, that's the first place you go to. It's like, no, like let's be honest. You guys love this. You guys care for this. Maybe try and protect it in a way that is very constructive.
Yeah.
A way that is very helpful. A way that is warm is what I'm trying to say. Not this overcritical,
Yeah.
criticalizing.
That's a made-up word.
What was made up?
People's like, bro, no, you're a whore. You're a piece of shit. You are worthless. What about your religion? What about your kid? It's like, what can we do as a society? Because this obviously benefits some people. There are people who dealing with loneliness. There are people who also accelerates porn addiction, obviously. But all these things, there are positives with this. Why don't we just support it?
Yeah,
Because it is a thing.
exactly. And it wouldn't be making so much money if it wasn't a thing.
My point.
You know what I mean?
My
It's
point.
making billions and billions and billions.
5 billion.
Billions and billions, and there's websites on websites and videos on videos. So it's like, if you're like, oh, my daughter, why would let my daughter do this? But you're watching someone's daughter at the end of the day. You are watching someone's daughter, someone's mother, someone's freaking son.
We need to remove the mindset of it doesn't make sense why people are doing this, because it does.
You know? People subscribe to these things.
Bruh.
They have
Po-
paid money.
Mind you, porn is free.
Bruh.
Porn is free. But people subscribe to
Subscribe.
certain people and say it doesn't make sense why you drop out of college to do this. Money, nigga.
Bruh.
The
It's nothing to do with Elle, but I think it's important to state that it's not just about having good looks and a little bit of work ethic, because oftentimes, like I just said, you could be incredibly good looking in OnlyFans and only bring in $180 a month and still take on the entire stigma of doing sex work. So while it's important to, say that everyone can do what they want, we do have to acknowledge that Elle is the exception, not the rule. And oftentimes these young girls, sometimes on their 18th birthday, are being misled into joining this site that completely demolishes any prospects of future employment for them, and often statistically any chances of having relationships. A lot of OnlyFans girls are actually regretting being on the website, coming forward and saying they can't get a job now and they can't get a date, and they never even made the money to justify doing it.
That's a good
I'm so
point.
happy for Elle, but that's the exception to the rule.
Okay, yeah, let me ask you on that point. I mean, do you have a man?
He pisses me off because he doesn't want to listen until someone is done speaking. He just always wants to butt in. I don't know who the hell told him that he can do that.
I think it because he feels like that's showing control. You know what I mean? In his show, in his space, he feels like that's how you show control. I don't get it. She's with you. Yeah. She's with you to gang up on this girl. Both of you guys.
It's like he's against
on
both
the
of
same.
them.
Yeah. It's like both of you niggas are dealing with one person. So it's like, why don't you just let her finish?
Yeah.
Take the and just.
Or not? You want a man?
No, I'm single at the moment. But can I just point out that people fail at jobs all the time? Like, just because you didn't make it as an actor, do you regret being an actor? Like, so many companies go bust.
No. You can't make that example. Because nobody's going to say, I'm not going to date you because you've been an actor.
Actually, they can.
But I'm saying, like...
I see what you're saying. But
you can't just make examples like that, just because you're an actor. Maybe there's a certain type of being an actor that they were like, oh my God, you did some crazy. But if you're just in rom-coms doing, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like...
Also, like, in the porn industry, they are trying so hard to equalize doing porn to regular jobs that is accepted. In this day and time, it's like, it's not. It's just not. Yes, maybe it should be. Yes, maybe it should be normalized. I don't know. There's kids. I know
like
it's
having
fuck
a
them
criminal
kids.
record.
Yeah, it's just not the same thing, right? So, no, you can't just say it's like being a plumber. It's just not. The money difference shows it. The way we view your things and what we push as a society is just different. Right now, maybe in the future, maybe people like me are gonna get educated and be like, actually, it's not that bad. The psychology, the studies are saying this and this and that. So
the reason why someone would regret having done that is because of what's happening in the present.
Yes.
But you can't now say, I didn't work out being an actor, so now I regret it. What are the consequences of what you did of being an actor? What's happening in your life right now that you regret being an actor?
The consequences are different.
It's not the same thing. I can't say, Mina, because I worked at freaking McDonald's, and now it's like I just regret working at McDonald's. There's nothing.
What's the reason?
Exactly. And that's the point that she's making. People regret being OnlyFans because now they can't find jobs, regular jobs. They can't date ordinary people because people are judging them or whatever.
They can't even date the people who
are within the space.
They don't want to date them.
So it's like those are the negative implications of being an OnlyFans, but you can't just make examples like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just not. That's where they lose me sometimes. Where I'm like, I feel like I understand your frustrations, but sometimes you guys' points don't make no sense. So it's like, that's not it. That's not, and I understand the frustration. I understand why you're making it sound like that. Why does it make sense to you? But it's like, no, that's not it. You're sounding like Piers. Who, if Piers was doing porn, it's not.
It's not just not working out.
No.
You know what I mean?
And like, what that point?
Right. If you fail at OnlyFans, you've done porn.
Sorry?
I said, but if you fail at McDonald's, you didn't flip a burger correctly for a customer. If you fail at OnlyFans,
Can't equate the two things.
Videos and pictures of you having sex or being naked on the internet forever. There's much
you make
worse
that choice. It's not like loads of people fail.
No, I know,
if you make
but
that
you should
choice
make
of
the
getting
choice
naked,
armed
then you
with the
can
information. But you
agree
should
with
be
the
armed with the
circumstances.
information, is what I'm saying. You do
What
make
does
a
it say
choice,
though, Elle? I mean,
absolutely.
honestly, we've got to wrap it up, but what does it say about society where a bright young woman like you,
Yeah.
right? Just
It says money is important in our society, and we live in a society that capitalism is more important than anything. That's what it says. And it says men support pornography. That's why it's where it's at. And for some women in this unfair society, that's an easy way out, and we should not be shaming them. That's what it says. Finish. That's it.
That should be on a billboard or on an article somewhere.
That's it.
That right there.
That's what it says.
Exactly.
Yes, you can say as a conservative, you can
Yeah.
say this is moving backwards, but that's what it says up on the it's summary of our fucking society.
Yeah.
It works. Why break it? That's
should
how
just-
these people are feeling.
Yeah.
Especially because women in our society, obviously, especially my black women, they suffer the most. So if there's an easy way out, and I don't mind morally, I don't see any problem with doing it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
so simple. You're making it sound like it's poor. No, it's not, bro. It's simple. Come on.
I reckon I'll
Yeah.
interview again in 15 years.
Yeah.
And you'll say, you know what, Piers, you were right.
I'll pick you up in my Bugatti.
Thank you for coming in, Elle. Appreciate it. And thank you, Blair. Appreciate you joining me.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
having
much.
Shout out to Blair. I'm not gonna lie, Blair.
that role,
The first time I saw you play, I thought you were the one who's doing OnlyFans.
She does.
I'm sorry,
She
like,
does.
am I bugging?
Yeah.
I thought both of them. Were
And I
doing
thought I wouldn't be
OnlyFans.
surprised if she might have started it. And then she was like,
Hey man,
hey,
I don't know what
do
to say.
what you gotta do. We will not judge you. Okay, I will, maybe just a bit.